Hi, if you're an insurance agent out there and you're working in the annuity space or you're thinking about getting into the annuity space, one of the key things that you want to know about, be familiar with, and certainly promote to your clients is, the income capabilities and income riders in that space. And so if you want to learn more about that, stay tuned to this episode of Selling Life and Annuities, because I'm here with Tim Luby, our Regional Vice President in the annuity space. And we're going to talk about income riders and taking income out of annuities. So Tim, to kind of kick this video off, why don't you give the agents that are watching just a little bit of a primer on the whole income rider space and how it's kind of evolved over the last number of years.
Right. Well, income riders, as you mentioned, are really kind of the newest thing in the market. And they've only been in probably the last 10 years or so. And it's the difference between an income rider is it's a withdrawal rider on a product versus annuitization.
That's the key difference, right?
That's right.
In the old days, that's really kind of all you had other than maybe free withdrawals or something, right?
Right. And annuitization or lifetime income is very competitive. I mean, it's very unique. Annuities are the only place where you can buy an income that's guaranteed that you cannot outlive. So, that makes it pretty unique, and that hasn't changed. That's not new. But the withdrawal benefit riders is an improvement on the guaranteed lifetime income that's been available since annuities have existed.
Yeah, sometimes I regret not being in personal production anymore, right? Because I see the quality and the nuance and the innovation in the products that our insurance industry keeps rolling out with. And I would love to be out there to be able to communicate to the typical consumer today approaching retirement, and they're at a quandary of how can I make sure that I don't outlive my money, right? And that I can maintain the quality of life that I and or my family has grown accustomed to. And the fact that we have a product that an agent can look their client in the eye and say, I can offer you something where we can provide you an income for the rest of your life and you will never outlive, right? That you can never outlive. And look, and that's unique, right?
So powerful. I mean, what more could you need?
Absolutely. Generally speaking, your investment advisors, your stockbrokers, those folks out there who oftentimes poo-poo our products don't have that type of ability or frequently don't take advantage of the opportunity to discuss and expose their clients to these nuances and features and incredible benefits, right?
Right.
But let's, once again, just to make sure that we can delineate from the old ways and the new ways, expound once again. So, for example, annuitization. I mean, do you see annuitization taking place much in the market today?
There are still places where it fits. For the lifetime payout, it still can fit sometimes. It occasionally will have a little bit higher income, and you do have the advantage of an exclusion ratio there. But that is often offset by the biggest disadvantage of is with annuitization, you're giving up the asset. Mm-hmm. And if you've got a few $100,000 that you save your whole life and you want to annuitize it, you give the $300,000 to the bank, to the insurance company.
For the promise
that's not
to
yours
pay,
anymore.
Right? Yeah.
The income that you sign up for, that's guaranteed for as long as whatever option you picked. But the $300,000 is not yours anymore. With these new income riders, the income, the $300,000, the account value is still yours for as long as it lasts.
Right.
And that makes a big difference. Someone might be willing to take a 3% lower income and have access to their account value for the rest of their lives or for as long as it lasts versus giving that up. So that's that's a big difference.
I couldn't agree more. And you mentioned something, and I think it's important because, sometimes, new people, new agents, new advisors watch these videos, and I worry occasionally that we throw out information that's kind of going over their head. So you mentioned exclusion ratios. So can you let the agents out there watching this video that are familiar with that know and or understand what we're talking about?
Great point. I won't cover it as thoroughly as it could be trained. You could spend an hour training on an exclusion ratio, but in effect, that's the portion of the principal that comes back to someone in each payment. So with annuitization, you get equal amounts of principal and interest in each payment, and you calculate what that ratio is based on the cost basis, so the after-tax money that's in it and the actual payment you're getting. And that is the exclusion ratio.
Right, which reduces, in effect, how much the consumer may have to claim on their taxes.
Yes,
How much of that income
it can be
is
considered
taxable.
a tax-advantaged income if a meaningful percentage of it is not subject to tax.
Right. So when I think of annuitization, I think about purchasing these guaranteed income streams. I frequently think about SPIAs, single premium immediate annuities. Are we seeing much sales in that space today?
We still do. They're still around, and there's still some places where they work, fairly well. Particularly so older ages, for example, some older people are not going to qualify for the withdrawal riders, whereas basically people up well into their 90s can still get an annuitization, even a life with 5 or something to that, even if they do want some additional guarantee. So for some older people, they'll still working. The other place that they still work well is for like a short term. So if someone has to build a bridge, maybe someone is 60 and they're planning on retiring at 67, and so they want income for 7 years. Annuitization works very well for the periods or for the finite time versus that lifetime guarantee.
Yeah. So for example, maybe they want to stretch out the duration or extend put off the period with which, or the time with which they exercise their Social Security benefit.
Absolutely, building a bridge to that, right?
I often think of sometimes when we're developing life insurance cases, we might need to stretch premium payments out for 5 or 7 or 10 years.
Right.
And we can use a SPIA to do that.
Even if something as simple as letting someone get older, withdrawal factors for a youngster like yourself at 55, 58, they stink. They're not that competitive. But if you did a period certain in conjunction with an income rider, you can wait until you're 10 years older and your income factors will be higher. And then we can guarantee you a higher income the whole way than if you just pulled the trigger on the whole thing now.
That's a really great point. I mean, 70 is the new 60, right? And 80 or 85 is the new 70, and so the longer you can defer, starting that income stream, the more money you can get, right?
That's right.
So what else? We're running out of time here, but any other intriguing nuances with regards to the income riders today that make them such an appealing option for seniors getting ready to retire?
Like I said, you talked about the innovation. I'm astounded at the innovation that we've seen in this market. But I guess the other thing that I'm seeing right now, as rates have moved up, as the Fed continues to change rates and things are moving up, I'm surprised at how reactionary this has been. Mm-hmm. Historically, immediate annuities and annuitization did not react much to changes in the interest rate environment. Now we are seeing these rates change almost as much as they do on the accumulation side of the annuity market. So
I think it has a lot to do with the competitive environment that we have right now. A lot of carriers out there trying to stay right on that cutting edge and be super competitive. But one of the things that really just blows me away is, these income rider bonuses that are out there. Holy cow, you dump in $1 million and in your income account, they'll give you a 1.2 or 1.3 million. And, suddenly
10, 20, 30% bonuses are not that unusual on an income rider.
It's really rather staggering, and it can really help an agent or an advisor out there do some impactful planning for their client to really, once again, secure their income stream well into retirement, all the way to the point where they pass, right?
Yeah, which reminds me a little bit about some of the tools that we have, because it's a complicated market. There's a lot of things out there. Do I want a product with 30% bonus, or do I want a product with a great step up rate? Well, what you really want is the highest guaranteed income. Who's going to guarantee me the highest income for the rest of my life? And we have tools that can help the advisor get their hands around that,
Absolutely. And you kind of stole my thunder. That is exactly the last question I was going to ask you is, tell us a little bit about those tools, right? That we can help agents better identify the right product for their clients' needs. And we've got them all, right?
We do, yes. Yeah, we have outstanding tools for those. And again, innovation. The vendors that provide these tools have done a phenomenal job continuing to tweak and improve them. And years ago, the effort that I would have had to go through to get the kind of information that's at my fingertips now would have been unbelievable. Yeah, so these are fantastic tools, and we're so happy to be able to help our advisors with the information that these tools provide.
Absolutely. So listen, if you're an agent and you're watching this video and maybe you're not in the annuity space, but you'd like to get in the annuity space, we are really good here at Gord Marketing at helping the novice insurance agent enter that space And trust me, we've seen it happen. It can be transformative to your career. So please do me a favor, reach out to Tim Luby or really any member of the team here at Gordon Marketing, and we can put you on the path to income, annuity sales success. But for now, unfortunately, we've run out of time, Tim. But I would like to ask you to do me a favor. If you're watching this video and you got something out of it, click subscribe at the bottom as well as the notification bell. So every time we come out with new content, you'll be sure to hear about it. But for now, on behalf of Tim and myself, we wish you happy selling.